This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul. Good vibes only, I'm in control. Turn the music up, let the rhythm roll. I move my body, I'm alive, I glow. Unstoppable, dancing through the fire. Every step higher, taking me higher. Smile so big, can't hold it in. Good vibes, good life, let's begin. Every scar made me wiser. Every tear lit the fire. I don't fear what's ahead.
And I am live, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Aranel. I am the face behind this amazing personal page, business page, and my YouTube page. Everyone, happy, amazing Thursday. My goodness, it's already Thursday, and tomorrow is Friday. This January really passed by so fast, but again, so thankful to be alive, right? Thankful to be here and connect with you guys again and share with you about this magic book by Rhonda Byrne. And tonight's topic is all about the day 16 of this magic book, and I'll be talking about the magic and miracles in health. Miracles are not contrary to nature, but only contrary to what we know about nature. So that's one of the beautiful quote over here that I shared. But again, I just really want to take a moment of gratitude to thank you, everybody. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. That's my favorite Ho'oponopono mantra that I'd like to share it with you guys. That means make it right. So again, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I'll be talking about this day 16 of the magic book. So before I begin, I really want to take a deep breath with me. Inhale deeply through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth, right? And as you're breathing, I want to ask you something very, very simple. How often, excuse me, how often do you actually thank your body? Ooh, that's a great question, right? How often do you actually thank your body, right? Now, how often you criticize your body and how often you push it and but how often you truly thank it. this was a this was a wake up call for me when I first read this magic book by Rhonda Byrne. Like, oh my gosh, like I never excuse me, I never actually thanked my body back then. You know, I only feel sorry for myself if I am feeling. I only think about myself if I am sick. But I never even say thankful for my body for doing an amazing job for having an eyes that I can see this beautiful world, or maybe I thanking my hands to do the work for me, or even thanking my heart, right? And I like, wow, and this is kind of like awaken my awareness that like, wow, this is just a powerful exercise that Rhonda Byrne uh, included or put on this book, because it's literally changing the way my perspective in life, you know. That's the reason why today's chapter, magic and miracles in health, really reminds us of something we were never taught growing up. Health is our natural state. Well-being is not something we earn, it's something we return to, you know. And this chapter really is all about that. This chapter isn't saying ignore doctors or pretend nothing is wrong, but what it is saying is this, that your thoughts and feelings towards your body really matter deeply. So important. So when we constantly worry about our health, fear illness, or criticize our body, we are unintentionally directing that energy towards what we don't want. But when we feel gratitude, even in a small little ways, we shift our body into a state of ease, peace, openness, and restoration. For example, think about how your body feels when you're stressed versus when you feel safe and appreciated, right? Your shoulders soften, your breathing deepens, right? And your nervous system calms. That calm state of mind is where healing happens. That's the reason why when you always say this to yourself, like, oh my God, I'm so tired. You always say that. And you're directing that to your body, right? I am so tired. And all of a sudden, your body you start yawning, right? So like let's say you are unconscious, right? And you just like go in the motion, and then you're exhausted and you just like lay down because it's again it's your emotional state, and you just lay down on your couch and like you're telling yourself that I am so tired, and you end up sleeping, and you are or you end up yawning. See, it's those little shift of little things that we don't really uh notice, right? It's just like our body just collapse just like that. And then also sometimes when you tell yourself like, okay, you're trying to meditate, and I do this all the time. It happens to me because I experiment my body, right? Like let's say if I am sitting in the couch and I tell myself that I want to be in that state of just like sleepy, but not to go to sleep, but I want to really during meditation I tend to tell my body to be in a relaxing mode, just like in a sleepy mode, so I can go deep dive through meditations, right? But I know exactly what I am doing. But the only way for me to do that is to really connect with my subconscious mind. So I want to be in a drowsy mode, right? In a sleepy mode, but I'm still awake. And you talk to yourself like, I am sleepy, I am sleepy, I am sleepy. And of course you have to really relax your body, taking just multiple deep breath, yeah, right? Because breathing really relaxes the inside, your nervous system, especially if you're doing a breathing exercise, and then in your mind you're telling yourself like, I am sleepy, I am sleepy, I am sleepy, and then you are in that drowsy mode. And then that's the time that I start doing meditations. Yeah, so your body really listens, even though also like if you're having a headache and you are putting so much energy towards that headache, of course it will not go away, because your energy, where your energy flows, right? And it's also reacting to you, it's responding to you too. So the only way for you to do that uh, is to really think the opposite way, not thinking about like, my head is in pain, my head is in pain, oh my gosh, what I'm gonna do, right? Instead of you not thinking about that, you're actually thinking about your healing. See, but that's how we program. Something painful, we put so much energy towards that. That's why it's so hard to get rid of that until you probably made a decision. Like once you made a decision, like, you know what, I'm gonna take these medicines, because you put your attention towards that. I'm gonna take that medicine, and I will drink it with peace, with water, right? And all of a sudden, because you believe, right? You believe that that medicine really works for you, right? And without even doubting yourself at all. And of course, that the headache is gone. But why don't we just think that you have that invisible pill that you can take, and here's the thing too, because it's we can heal our own body. And here's something that I've learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza, that you can actually visualize that there is a pill, because in our mind, whatever, if we see a tablet, right, and this tablet can actually heal our headache, why don't we just visualize that we're taking a tablet and in our mind, and then slowly taking it in, in your mouth and drink water. But honestly, there's no tablet. You just need to train your mind that you're taking it, and actually you're feeling better. And this is something also that I've learned from my mentor, that that uh, water, that injections is actually water, that they're injecting it in our body. It's just like a mix of something that they put in there, and then later on, all of a sudden, we feel better because again, in our mind, right, that whatever they put in that injection, right, that makes us feel better. But I don't know, I just heard this, that it's actually something mixture that is, oh my gosh, like, it's that they mix in that little piece of water that they can inject in your body, and then you are fine. But again, it's just like you are tricking yourself. That But again, this is something that I've heard from other people, okay, based on that. But honestly, I heal my own migraine without even taking medications. I train myself that I am my own placebo, right? If you read that book from Dr. Joe Dispenza, that you can actually heal your own self. You just need to train the proper way through his meditation, and you can actually focus whatever, because in here, this is the part of my eye, very very sensitive. When I have this migraine, I don't want to see the light, right? And I just covered my eyes, or probably put some ice cube over here, and then I want to cover my eyes with this because I'm so sensitive on light, and especially if I'm having a migraine, and it happens mostly every single day. And even though I took medication actually before, but it didn't really work for me. So when Dr. Joe Dispenza, through his teachings, I trained myself to really get rid of that migraine. And how did I do that? Is to consistently do a deep meditation and focus on the healing. I am not focusing on the pain itself. I always focus on the healing. So that's basically something that I've learned from Dr. Joe, right? So again, uh, your thoughts and feelings towards your body matter deeply. So when we constantly worry about our health, fear, illness, or even criticize our body, we are unintentionally directing that energy towards what we don't want. But when we feel gratitude, even in a small little ways, we shift our body into a state of ease, openness, and restoration, right? So again, the calm state is where the healing begins. So, and Rhonda Byrne also talk about here, miracles are not against nature, right? So miracles are not contrary to nature, but only contrary to what we know about nature. Oh, that's a beautiful quote right there. In other words, just because science hasn't explained everything yet, doesn't mean your body isn't capable of incredible renewal. Your body actually replaces cells every single day. Your skin heals, your bones mend, and your nervous system. Remember when we accidentally cut ourselves, and then we just let it be, and your body can actually heal that right away, right? Like you have a little wound in your body, and then you just need to clean it, and all of a sudden it heals it. That's the best example actually. And it happens to me all the time. I accidentally cut myself in the kitchen, and I just clean it with acidic water, right? Just to clean that. And then all of a sudden, after a week, it's all healed. It's the same thing. The same thing if you're having a headache, and then you just probably hydrate yourself and then relax your nervous system, and later on that headache is gone, right? Yeah. So again, if you if you if your body I mean, your body really replaces cells every single day. And I want to repeat it again. Your skin heals, your bones mend, and nervous system really adapts that. Okay, so if for those of you who's watching right now, if you cut your finger, you don't sit there worrying about how it will heal. You trust the process. And what's going to happen? Health works the same way, right? So, and why negative focus makes health worse, right? Because when we're dealing with pain, for example, or illness or discomfort, it's completely human to feel frustrated or afraid, right? But this chapter of the magic book, day 16, really reminds us that once you constantly thinking about what's wrong doesn't really restore your health. In fact, it often what's the word? It often amplifies tension in the body. For example, when you replay symptoms in your mind, when you Google worst case scenarios, when you speak negatively about your body hears that. That's the reason why I don't like, if I am feeling something, I don't just go jump into Google and see the symptoms or whatever it is. You know, because again you are already putting that energy towards searching something in Google or maybe in ChatGPT too, like, oh my gosh, like these are the symptoms that I am feeling right now. And then you read something and then that makes it even worse because you're already worrying about what you have read in Google. That's why sometimes nga that there was a time like why I've been having this what is that? Oh, constant pain on my shoulder over here. And then I Google it, and then you know what I Google? That arthritis or there's so many things, and that makes me really think like, oh my god, I'm only 40 years old and I'm having already an arthritis or something like that. You're already, there's so many things that keeps playing in your head. That's why for you guys who are watching right now, never ever Google it. Never ever Google it. Just train your mind that you are okay, you know, or just think the opposite. And this reminds me also of the movie The Secret, right? That there was a lady who's having a big C in her life. And the only way for her not to think about the disease that she has, she actually focused on watching funny videos. Because if you're thinking about your health, that you are like this, that makes your that makes you sad, that makes you worry, that stresses you out even more. But you know what she did? She turned that worry or sadness by watching funny videos, and every day she just kept laughing and laughing and laughing. And all of a sudden, she went back to the hospital and did an X-ray. And what's gonna happen? She's healthy. Exactly also what happened with my dad, right? Because my dad was diagnosed with a big C too. And the doctor the doctor I felt sorry for my dad back then, and I really thought about it, like why I should be worried about it. I should i should see myself, my dad, as a healthy person, and not even sending that feel sorry energy towards him because he can feel that, right? I don't want him to feel bad. I want him to just like act normal, as if nothing is happened. Even though with my mom, when we found out that he was diagnosed with this, and then and then and then it was a shocking. But I know how he feels. But my dad is the kind of that person that he doesn't really uh, show his emotions. But I know deep inside, like, oh my god, I know that what he's thinking is how many months or how many days is left for me, right? And I see the reaction of my mom because we were there, right? And uh, and then my mom just like so speechless. So I just let my mom uh, you know, think first before I even talk to her, because it's just so much. It's just too much for her to take in. And you know what I did is, I'm so glad that I was studying this personal development with Bob Proctor, because if I did not do that, my mindset probably back then is just like, talk about worry, talk about uh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like I'm the only girl here in the United States gonna take good care of him, right? And in my mind, like, you know what, I shouldn't be thinking that he's really really sick. I should be thinking and acting that everything is fine. And so when I go to the doctor, like, what's the plan, you know, what's the plan, what's the thing we can do, and we follow exactly what the doctor is telling us to do, right? And then also, when the doctor, after 6 months of for him going to the doctors, right, and to the chemo, anything like that, I am just right there supporting him. And all of a sudden, what happened is like, I just treat those days for dropping him in the doctor as just like a normal checkup. I didn't even think that he needs to undergo this, undergo that, right? And then all those checks up, I didn't even think that it was just uh it's a big thing for him. But for me personally, I just treat that as a normal physical checkup for him. So I didn't even put any negative energy towards that, because I don't want to translate that energy towards my dad, right? And as a child, you have to really do what it takes in order for him to be feeling better, right? And then when the doctor said that he's gonna go to work, and I said yes immediately. Why did I do that? Because I want him to put attention into his work than him putting attention into what's happening inside, because that's make him more depressed, that make him more sad, right? And I want him to go there and focus his attention. And he's a tough cookie, right? He's a tough cookie. His doctor wants him to go to work so he can exercise going there. And then that's what happened. And then actually, it was the best decision that the doctor and I decided that he needs to go to work so he can his mind can just you know focus what's happening at work, and not really focus what's happening in his body. Fast forward, my dad is doing amazing, right? So again, it's just really the support, the thinking, right? Thinking and acting like he is a healthy person. That's basically what we did for my dad. Okay. And also gratitude really shapes the body. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending you're perfect. It means saying, even now, this is something working. Let's say, for example, even if you have pain in one area, your heart is still beating, right? Your lungs are still breathing, and your eyes are still singing. So when you think what is working, you invite more cooperation inside that body. And that's exactly why I love this book so much, because Rhonda Byrne really teaches us to be really grateful in our body, right? Like, oh, thank you for my feet, because I am able to ground myself, right? And walk from point A to point B, you know. So those little things really makes me feel grateful, knowing that I am able to do that and I'm able to do this, and you have to really take good care of that as well. Okay, so again, so I really want you to think back to times in your life when you felt strong, energized, and alive, right? For example, um, it prompts that I say to my body is a time when you run without pain, right? A time when you woke up excited, and a time when you felt proud of your body every day. And then every time I think about this prompt, and I always say thank you. Thank you quietly. I always talk to myself quietly. Because why? Gratitude really reconnects you with the memory of health. And memory is powerful. You know, that is one of our mental faculties, a gift from God that we can actually use towards manifestation as well. And then health your, and also tell, be always focus on the present, right? Think about five things your body is doing well right now. Examples you can say aloud is thank you, heart, for beating steadily. And that's exactly what's in the book. Thank you, lungs, for breathing without effort. Thank you, legs, for carrying me, right? And thank you for my eyes for seeing. And thank you for my hands for serving me every day. Even if everything isn't perfect, there's still so much working in your favor, right? So this is where the magic depends. Choose one area of your body you want to improve, guys. And instead of focusing on what's wrong, focus on the ideal state. Maybe it's your back. Imagine moving freely. Maybe it's your energy, right? Imagine waking up refreshed. Even it's your weight. Imagine feeling light and confident and strong. And now say thank you for my perfect health as if it's already happened, right? This isn't the pretending, guys. This is alignment. It's your aligning. So again, and gratitude plus imagination equals magnetism. And this is something that I really want to talk to you guys too. That when gratitude and imagination work together, your body responds. Because the moment the body doesn't distinguish between what's imagined and what's experienced emotionally. So when you imagine stress, your body tenses. And when you imagine gratitude, your body relaxes. See? So just how our mind is so powerful. Every time I say this to myself, every time I go to bed, or maybe I wake up in the morning, that how does it feel now that I am so successful in what I do? And then what's my body's reaction? I'm actually happy. You know, I am smiling from ear to ear every time I think something that is wonderful. Every time I ask myself great questions and I know exactly the answer, I just really want to talk to myself about that. Same thing with my goal card, right? Every time I say this, talk about quietly talk my C-type goal in front of the mirror every time I close my eyes prior to um, meditation, just to sink that in, you know, as an intention, right? I'm already smiling, you know, just visualizing that number, and I'm already smiling. Because why? Because I already believe that it's already done, right? Even though I don't see it in the physical world, but I am building it in my inner world, because I know that I know that it is already prepared for me. It's already done. Just like I am just really taking it all in and open to receiving it, right? I don't know when, but I know it's already done. And I know it's already done. Wow. I had to check my language too, right? But because of the level of awareness that I have, I've been correcting and correcting myself too, right? Hello, those are the automatic programming that I have for many, many, many years, but I am so grateful that I was able to correct myself as well, which is fun. It makes me laugh too, because I can correct, just like a thermostat, right? Yeah. Yeah, so even 1 minute is enough. Once you meditate or visualize your goal, 1 minute is enough. This chapter really reminds us that even 1 minute of sincere gratitude too can shift the flow of your health in your body. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to be perfect. Even whispering thank you through tears counts as well. So again, tonight before you sleep, guys, hold your magic rock. Where's my magic rock? There you go. That's my magic rock. See, hold your magic rock every night, right? And that's basically what I do. And before you sleep, hold your magic rock, or simply hold your heart and say thank you for the best thing your or my body did today. And just to close this live, it's already 30 minutes. Remember that your body is not working against you. It is always trying to return you to balance. And every time you choose gratitude, you're telling your body, I trust you, I appreciate you, I am open to healing. And stay gently with yourself. Stay grateful and let the magic work for you. So that's the end of my morning. That's the end of my morning. That's the end of my Go Live tonight, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'm so grateful, and always act as if that you are that person living the goal. Okay, so here's the music for all of you who are watching right now. And the title is Act as If. Here you go.
I was waiting for a sign in the distance, waiting for proof I was ready to rise, saying one day I'll feel confident, one day I'll finally believe my own life. But the mirror kept whispering softly, you don't become what you wish. Every dream I was chasing tomorrow was waiting for who I already am in this. I kept praying for the moment when fear would finally leave, but faith was standing in the doorway, asking me to believe. So I act as if it's already done. I walk like I've already won. I feel the joy before it comes. I breathe in what I'm becoming. I don't wait for the world to agree. I become who I'm meant to be. I act as if, and life responds to me. Like actors stepping into a story, they wear the role before it's real. They speak the lines with conviction, and the world believes what they feel. They don't wait for the applause, they don't ask if they belong. They rehearse the life they're dreaming of until the doubt is gone. I was taught to play it safe, to stay small, stay quiet, stay still. But something deeper in my spirit said I was born for more than this. So I act as if it's already done. I stand like I've already grown. I feel success in my bones before the evidence shows up. I don't chase what I want to see, I attract what I believe. I act as if life responds to me. I don't need permission, I don't need approval. The only thing that ever stopped me was the version of me I believed was true. Change the image, change the life. I stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I rise? So I act as if I'm already hurt, already healed, already sure, already worthy of more, already walking in purpose. I speak from faith, not fear. I decide like I belong here. meets me here. I don't become what I wanted. I become what I believe in. When the moment I decide who I am, everything starts moving. If no one has said this to you yet, I love you.
There you go, everybody. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul.